Good morning, everybody. Mr. D here, live from the middle school main office again. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, and we have a couple of announcements to make. First off, under engagement for everybody, remember, we're in the middle of Survivor Week. I saw a video yesterday of a chopped Survivor task that I just could not stop laughing. So it's really good stuff. Hope you get a chance to get engaged. That's how we're trying to keep people talking to each other. And please jump in, get involved, and have a lot of fun. And really appreciate the Student Council kids for getting this up and running. Academics, we need to talk a little bit, just a reminder. There was some questions from students to their teacher about competencies. And as I've told you all along, if you are in an AP class or a college credit class, that credit, yes, it comes from Livonia, but it also comes from a different area. It's College Board for AP and the respective college that we're getting credit from. Those classes do not have a competency. You'll just complete the class. Okay? So some of the kids had written their teachers and say, hey, all I've got to do is pass a competency and I'm going to be fine. And no, we've never said that. We said all along that AP and college credit classes, you are getting credit from a different place, and the competencies are only for non-college credit or AP classes. So get involved. All right, we'll talk a little bit more in a minute. We're going to go up to the board. We're going to talk a little bit about that pass-fail, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay? Next up, senior signs yesterday was awesome. There was, oh my Lord, I think there was about 130 different signs out there. Could have been 125, 124, but they went from the signboard all the way to the end of Bulldog Boulevard, where you would turn to go down to the cafeteria. And by the time we ended, we had about 30 left over. So it was awesome to see kids. Mrs. Evans, who's behind the camera today, took pictures. Please go out to the Livonia Facebook page or our website. You can see the pictures. They're awesome. It was so nice to see human beings and be able to see kids. And we had to keep our distance and we did all that, but we also just really enjoyed you being on campus, seeing your smiling faces. Again, congratulations. You did a heck of a job. We're really proud of you. That's senior signs. Now, if you did not pick up your senior sign, we can do one of two things. You can either drive through the Monday, Wednesday, or Friday grab-and-go meal service and then just say, hey, I'm here to pick up my sign, and they'll run it out to you. Or if you're someone saying, man, I'm never going to get there, can you help me out? We'll deliver it to you. So let us know. Either way, you can call the 346-4000. You choose option 2, and you let either Mrs. Monroe, Mrs. Streeter, or Mrs. Patterson know that you need it delivered, and we can take care of that for you. Next up for seniors, next Thursday, which is going to be June 11th, we will have Senior Day here at the high school. What's going to happen is on Monday, we're going to put out a list. It's going to be a Google form where you can sign up for a slot. We can only bring a certain number of kids in at a time. I'm not going to tell you all the things we have planned because I want a little bit to be surprised. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to be cleaning out your locker and getting a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to do that in small groups. You're going to go on. You can go with whomever you'd like. If you didn't go with somebody because you're working or whatever, sign up whenever you want to. And then you'll come in and you'll go through that process. Okay? That'll come out on Monday. So you'll have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and even Thursday to sign up so that you can book a time. The reason why we're signing up is not to be a pain in the neck. It's just to make sure that we have social distancing and that everybody's safe. Okay? I can't tell you that other piece I was just going to tell you because it's kind of a surprise, so I'll let that happen in a second. Okay, next up, yearbooks. The 6th through 11th yearbooks are in, and we're going to distribute those. The 12th grade yearbooks are not in, which I don't know why, but that's just what happened. Mrs. Ballone is doing awesome trying to get this all taken care of. We are hoping that those yearbooks will be in by June 11th, next Thursday, so we can hand those out as part of the package. If not, we're still going to hold Senior Day, and we'll bring it back for another time to get the yearbooks out. So we're kind of at the mercy of the yearbook company. I'll be talking with Mr. Whittle today about how we're going to hand out the 6 through 11 yearbooks next week through the drive-through. Okay, more information will come out on that. Hopefully I'll have that information for you on Friday, and we'll probably see if we can get the 6 through 11 kids to use the drive-through on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Seniors will have their own special day on Thursday, the 11th of next week. Okay. Other than that, let's talk about the vote that's coming up. I would never dream of telling you how to vote. That's a right as an American citizen. But I would just encourage you to vote, to make sure that your vote is heard, because that is also one of our rights, and I think you deserve to have your voice heard. That vote is coming up next Tuesday on the 9th. And you can mail them in, but also Mr. Cole has announced that you can drop them off. If you're somebody like me who didn't get to the mailbox in time, you can actually drop them off. And that would be coming up through Spring Street, and then you're going to head up past the elementary school, and we'll get you right out of school. There'll be a drop box. At that drop box, we've always had some type of a purchased food event, and Party Man Planners is going to join us again this year for chicken barbecues. You can go on their website and you can request one. You'll be paying for them directly. They're $14 per meal, and you'll be able to get those right after you hand in your ballot. As you drive forward, there'll be a little tent you can pull aside, pay your $14, and you can buy as many as you'd like. Okay, so that's some news as well. We're very happy. Thank you, Party Man, for helping us plan this event. All right, let's talk one more time about pass, fail, grades, and grading. And I hope to goodness this is the last time. Everything we've told you up till now stays the same. I just want to explain to you, if you go back and watch the video, I said we're going to be talking a little bit more about how it all ends based on like the state giving us codes for the Regents exam, as well as how we're going to do things in-house. We've had to battle a couple things like class rank and which kids get which grades. And there are so many goofy things that take place in our school tool system, which is every school's dealing with it. It's not just Livonia. Trying to come up with how are we going to accurately grade kids. So we had the mathematicians think about it, and we talked to the department chairpersons and the team leaders and anyone who came into the office. We were asking and just really trying to say, as I've told you before, it's never going to be fair, but what's going to be equitable? Because there's going to be a point here or there. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to just ask you to focus the camera up here on the board. We mentioned to you before that the first 4 marking periods are already in the books. You did not get a fourth marking period report card, and the reason why is we were in the middle of the pause. Were we coming back? How many weeks would we be out? So we just haven't sent that out. We will get that out to you. Okay, so there's your first marking period, first grade rather, the 4 marking periods. You could get a pass or fail, just like I explained. The feedback phase, which is going to be the 5th marking period, you're going to be getting an excused. Okay, because we didn't take in any grades, we were just giving feedback. All right, so you're going to get an excuse. That will not positively or negatively impact your overall grade point average. The competency phase, again, like we said earlier, for college credit and for AP, you don't have a competency. You keep working on with your teachers. But everybody in school will receive a P or an F based on that class. If you have a competency and you passed it, awesome. You're going to get a P. We want everybody to get a P, by the way. If you're AP or college credit kid and you got anything greater than a 65, you're going to receive a P. Okay? And then that's how we will continue out, like I mentioned, if you passed everything. If not, you'll do a review and we'll figure that out. Now, that being said, our school tool system has to have a grade or you don't get credit on your transcript. So what we are going to do is, instead of saying, because we have a lot of feedback on, hey, but my kid really worked hard, we want to pay respect to what you did in the first 4 quarters. This was a feedback-only phase, as per our governor, and this is a pass-fail competency phase, as per Livonia, and the governor as well. Okay? Anybody who receives a P is going to get a grade. You're going to get 100% for that marking period, not for the course, just for marking period 6. Okay? Let me explain why that's equitable. If you're a student who took an AP social studies class, and you got an 87 and you worked your butt off, and a normal person, just average, everyday, normal, regular, middle-of-the-road class of social studies, same year, we could pick U.S. History or AP U.S. History. We'll pick those as an example. Those students are going to get 100. That wouldn't be fair. Okay? Now, it is not ever going to be totally fair, but by just working this column into the 6th marking period, that makes it as equitable as we possibly can. Let me give you another example. A student who took all classes during the school year that were full 1-year classes. If we put just the P in, they'll get credit for the class, but it won't be anything that can add up to their transcript. So by putting a grade here, we can have a grade, and that will affect the ranking, and it will affect kids' choices and where they're going the least. Is it going to affect? Of course it is. Again, there's nothing perfect. But we heard parent feedback, we heard student feedback, and we heard teacher feedback, and Mrs. Benedict really has worked with the company who runs School Tool. That's Mindex, and she's worked with them to try to figure out what is the best way. And we sat down with a whole bunch of people right at this table to say, how do we help the kids the most, and how do we not hurt kids or hurt them the least? And this is what we've come up with. So that's how it's going to come out. When you see your report card, you're going to see marking period 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to see an EX in marking period 5. And you're going to see a P or an F in marking period 6. At the bottom of your report card, you're going to have a grade. And you're going to say, well, geez, how's that happen? We're using the P as 100. It's 1/6 of the grade. Okay? So is it totally 100% fair? No. Is it the best thing we can do for every kid and the most equitable? Yes. That's where we're landing, and that's how we're going to run it for the rest of the year. I told the department chairs that yesterday. We sent a note to the teachers today, and we're letting families and students know right now. Okay? Love you. This is the best thing we can do for all kids. I'm telling you, there had to be about 20 different combinations of what about this kid and what about that kid and how are we going to do this. And so we literally stayed up nights trying to figure out what is the most equitable. This is the best we can do based on the system we have. And I just wanted to make sure you heard that right from the horse's mouth. Okay? All right. So that takes care of grades and grading. Let's just close today. First of all, again, not only do we get to see the seniors yesterday, but I just want you guys to, we love you. We love you terribly. We're sitting here trying to make sure that this is a special end to the year. We're planning things for the seniors, we're planning things for underclassmen, just trying to make sure we end strong. We're hoping and praying that we come back to school in September. I need to tell you, I don't know any person who loves online learning. I think the teachers got into teaching because they love kids. So we just can't wait to see you back. And we're hoping and praying that this pause that we're on, that the right thing happens. We're obviously going to be safe. We're going to make sure we take care of people. We don't want anybody to get hurt or sick. But I just need to tell you, I really hope there's bodies in this building so we can talk and laugh and have a coffee and just see kids, because that's the best part about this job. The paperwork and all this other stuff, that's not as fun. It's just hanging out with kids. That's what we all love very, very much. We miss you, and as always, may God bless you and your entire family. Have a wonderful day. Take care.